Are you guys ready to see some roasts? Yeah! We love to hear it. I love the enthusiasm. How's everybody's MAGFest been, by the way? Woo! I love that. I love that so much. This is so great.
And for those of you who are coming in a little later, if you did not get your fashion leader badge ribbon, please come see us after the panel. We have more.
Because I know no one in this room has ever even once committed a fashion crime, correct?
Never. Never.
Because, personally, I sure haven't. Anyway, a little bit about us.
Hi, so I'm Wings, or Winged Stitches, on Instagram and other social medias. My pronouns are he, they. I am a craftsmanship and performance cosplayer of many years. I'm a bard main, and normally I'm a cat boy. Today I'm a cool dad.
Hi, I'm Meg. I'm Ascalon's on Instagram and Ascalon singular on Blue Sky because it wasn't taken yet. I also am a craftsmanship cosplayer. I'm a little bit obsessed with details. I'm a graphic designer and an artist, so when I see some of the things this game does with color palettes, it really just... Anyway, I'm an astrology main entirely for the vibe. They can nerf me if they want. They can change it again. Dear God, please don't. But it's still gonna look hot, and that's what matters. Go for it.
So, quickly, before we actually begin the panel, a quick disclaimer. We all here because we love Final Fantasy XIV, am I right? And this is all in fun. We are not being mean about this. We're just having fun, and little mean, and roasting the thing that we love so much. There will be spoilers, but we are going to go in expansion order. So if you have not done any expansion, we are going to start at A Realm Reborn, and we are going to be going through the expansion orders. We will not be touching on Dawn Trail MSQ because someone hasn't played it yet.
I'm taking it slow, you story skippers.
But we are touching on one character from the Alliance raid. So we are not going into depth on this character. We have to comment on the outfit, and I'm sure you who have played know what. So why are we doing this?
Well, we are both, as we mentioned, craftsmanship cosplayers, which means we spend entirely too much time looking at these outfits. Oh my God. And not only do I want to say none of these images are consistent. Oh my, detail to detail, picture to picture, totally different outfits. It is enough to make someone crazy. But also, making these things and trying to get them to go on a human body really makes you realize some things.
And don't get me started on the graphics update. Suddenly everything's different now.
Why is the top stitching different? You didn't have to change any of the top stitching. Oh my God.
And also our free company members are kind of getting sick of us complaining about things.
Stop talking about their clothes, play the game, stop talking.
Yeah, you said that every single time we run that raid. So here we have suspect number 1. Now, come on. Every time I see these shorts, I just look at them and go, those don't even have a waistband. They can't. They don't even touch at the waistband. They're absolutely absurd. I just cannot get over it.
It's listen, there's storyline reasons why she's got the mask, but there's no storyline reason why it has to look like that. So...
And here we have suspect number 2.
I want to be so clear on this one. We said this is all in good fun, and we love Final Fantasy XIV. I am a Minfilia defender. I will die on this hill. I am prey returning to the Waking Sands every goddamn time, and you can't stop me.
Meanwhile, this is the reason I proposed this panel to Meg. So let's talk about how this is actually just 2 separate outfits. Honestly, they are fine. You crop from the waist, you go up, fine outfit. Transcoded, love it. Go from the bottom, another great outfit, love that. But they are not the same outfit. Also, who says armor needs to be protective? I mean, you see this in a lot of the designs, but come on. We're not even trying here.
So my personal theory is anyone who has boobs, if you have ever been eating a snack and the snack goes right between here like a quarter into an arcade machine, that's what this is protecting her from. My personal opinion.
Well, then do you want to explain why it's armor on the skirt and not even on the thighs?
Crumbs in the lap.
Okay, but there's one thing you can't defend. Come on, those colors. You just talked about it. They're not cohesive at all.
Okay, but I like her.
Okay, fair enough. Well, here's one that I think you might want to talk on. Alpha No cosplayer.
Hi, I like Alpha No in normal amounts. But I hate his outfit in a less normal amount. I'm gonna be so for real. All right, can't spot the difference. Corporate wants you to find the difference. That's
it.
That's it.
That's it.
And the thing is, okay, if you repeat an outfit and it's a fire outfit and you look hot, okay, all right, you get a pass. This does not get a pass. Oh, whoa. I want to complain more. Spoilers, sorry. What gets me is the combination boots pant situation happening here, because if you look, there's no seam, but there is a beautiful little outer thigh saddlebag window, which I think is pretty saucy. And saucy cutouts are going to become a theme. Please look forward to it.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out. This is not a bad outfit. It really isn't suspect number 4. But we have to talk about those shoes. Not even the cosplayers can do them right. What are they? What is that toe? I can't get over the toe to start.
It's just the way that the sole isn't all the way there. It's just like decreased the way an AoE circle decreases. Oh, they increase, don't they? Uh-oh.
But the rest of it, honestly, not that bad. Very basic adventurer.
It looks comfy.
Yeah, it looks really I would spend an entire con in that.
Uh-huh.
Just not the shoes. Yeah. Never the shoes.
No, not
I'm wearing sneakers.
Yeah, no bad outfits over here for Wing's favorite characters, right? Look at him, okay? He is basic.
Hey, we all gotta start somewhere.
This is dadcore.png. But also, somehow dadcore, but the fingerless arm warmer situation thing happening here, it's a little bit Hot Topic emo kid, but his mom said he couldn't buy all black, so he settled. Also, speaking of pant boot situations, what are those? What is happening there?
Where does one end and the other begin? No one knows.
It's truly the mullet of sandal. It's party in the front and function in the back. What is going on here?
Listen, I'm protecting the shins, not the calves.
Speaking of men who don't know how to dress.
And don't protect their calves. Now listen, goggles are important. Maybe even using both of these have different uses, but do we really need to stack them like we're a guy with sunglasses on his eyes and on his hat?
They can never add more details to the animations in this game, because if they do, they're gonna have to deal with him taking off his goggles to reveal another smaller set of goggles underneath.
Okay, listen, I play a Makote. I know this happens to so many of the races, but why do we have to have the perfect cutout for the ears? What if you rotate your head slightly? Now your ears are stuck there too.
I very much like the idea, and we'll get into this a little bit more when we start talking about Heavensward. Super guilty of it, because the idea of just perfectly triangular ear-shaped pockets when you take off your hood or your chainmail situation, I can't stop thinking about it.
Also, we need to cover everything up, but not the toes. Come on. We're just bearing those for the world?
It's sort of like the Victorian lady seeing an ankle for the first time, except it's just a little bit of toe cleavage.
Are you telling me that's not how he started flirting with me?
It was definitely him showing toe. She's a child. You put a child in this slideshow?
Listen, I have gripes about this outfit. She is so lovely.
Take it up with her parents. Oh, you can't.
But what is this onion shape?
It is kind of round.
Listen, as a cosplayer who had to figure out that bard outfit and how you structure that skirt and the way it goes out, I would never want to try to figure out the roundness of a hoop skirt that comes back in at the bottom like that.
It's a little bit those like Y2K bubble hem situations.
It's just every time I'm like, okay, can we keep the cut at least a little bit up in the cutscene so I don't have to look at the bubble skirt? But then again, we still have issues up there. If you've ever seen this crown from the side, it's just so front heavy.
Those are kind of the same shape as Infilea's crumb protectors, aren't they?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, they are.
Maybe it's Ilda.
Probably is. And then also, we have the triple boob. I mean, come on. You were thinking it. We were all thinking it.
She's a child, but like you're not wrong.
No, we could have designed it a little better, or at least not so right there. Let's hear some cheers for Sid. And now let's hear some boos for those arm cutouts.
I want to stick my finger in. I just want to touch it.
They look like cathedral windows. Every time I have to sit through MSQ roulette cutscenes and I have to see these little window cutouts.
Much like a cathedral, they do make me see God a little bit, so.
Literally, there are so many cutouts on this outfit. Under the armor, do we really need cutouts under the armor?
How else are you gonna get the inner elbow cleavage?
I mean, you have the regular cleavage too, at least. We are equal opportunity cleavage here. But I will say, at least one arm and both legs are OSHA compliant. That is some heavy-duty wear that is ready for any sort of forge or fire or whatever experiment Sid gets up to. At least he'll have one arm at the end of it.
The other arm is for Shane.
So I heard you're an Alphino cosplayer.
I may or may not have been wearing this earlier today.
So tell us why it's obviously the greatest outfit ever then.
Okay, so if you look at this, and I mean really, 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 really look at it the way you might when, I don't know, unhingedly dropping the expansion Heavensward, which is critically acclaimed, by the way, so that you can make the entire outfit while not sleeping in less than 2 weeks before KatsuCon 2020. Not that I know anyone who would do that.
Of course not.
It wasn't when I played. But this is 3 jackets in one. The top is blue, and then the middle is black, but it's a different black than the bottom. It's a bolero combination motorcycle jacket combination high school edgelord long coat. But also some more saucy cutouts. But to be clear, he is a minor, so it's not skin, it's weird fabric. You can see a little bit of the undershirts underneath, and then there's this weird white panel. I don't really know what it's for. But also, the biggest crime of all, leggings as pants. It is comfy though, it's kind of comfy. Seriously, it's 3 jackets. Are you seeing this? I'm so mad about it. You have no idea. But most importantly, that's a tie for children. That is a baby tie. Not just a tie that goes on a baby, but a tie that is a baby that hasn't grown up yet. Like, again, corporate wants you to find the difference. That's the same picture. I literally, when I made this costume, instead of sewing a tie, I found a little white tie that was designed for a baby to be baptized in. And that is what I wore.
Now, speaking of edgelord jackets. Okay, I'm speaking as Wings here. Let me tell you, welcome back. Part 2, welcome back to the Black Parade. You can't tell me this isn't an MCR wannabe. Come on.
Gerard Waiters?
Gerard Waiters. I like that.
I'm cooking. It's fine. You don't have to laugh. I'm laughing in my heart.
Now let's start with this haircut. We know that sometimes it takes a little while before you can see the barber, but we've all at least tried to trim our hair with our own scissors.
Oh, not him. I don't know. This is it's giving uncut wig that you bought in the dealer's hall while crying.
Mm-hmm. Now let me tell you about this belt suspender combo. How many of you here are Dragon Age Inquisition fans? Okay, I see some of you out here. So I have cosplayed Dorian from that game, and let me tell you, it is a very similar situation in which those belts are not doing anything to hold up anything. In fact, all that belt across the shoulder is going to do is pull the belt at your waist up all the way to your chest.
It kind of strikes me as like a push-up bra.
It kind of is. It is the most useless type of belt that I ever saw. It's like suspenders, but for a belt. But that doesn't work.
Oh, you know what? We actually have a word for this in Fire Emblem cosplay, which is titty seatbelt.
Gotta love the titty seatbelt.
Safety first.
And by love, I mean hate. Now, I want a show of hands. Is this necklace a 90s choker or a puka shell necklace? Puka shell, raise your hand. Okay. 90s choker, raise your hand. Okay, we're kind of split. Both! Yeah!
An unholy hybrid, perhaps the mullet of necklaces.
I would absolutely say the mullet of necklaces. And last, but certainly not least, no capes. We have a butt cape. You're a rogue. You're supposed to try to sneak around and not be flamboyant with a butt cape.
Well, it's a nice little, compromise, right? Like a full cape would be too dramatic. So just, oh, you know what it is? For stealth, so nobody hears the booty cheeks clapping.
Of course, how could I have forgotten? But we need to edge it up a little bit. Why don't we just, rip at the bottom a little, roll it over some rocks.
It's giving Dirge of Cerberus.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, whoa.
Now listen. Estinian, you have a wonderful armor. This is not that. No matter what color he's wearing it in, it is so basic. It feels like baby's first Ren Fair. Let's go to Amazon and type in Renaissance shirt. But we gotta zhuzh it up a little bit, so what if we just take some ribbons and tie them on the sleeves? Let me tell you, I've had many cosplays with ribbons on the sleeves. They are useless, they do nothing, and they just fall down.
Do you think he safety pins them? Because I super safety pin them.
Or he got someone to sew them on for him. Tataru, probably.
No, he paid a premium for those safety pins.
Oh, he definitely paid her a premium.
Speaking
So we've moved into Stormblood.
Speaking of booty cheeks, that clap. Now listen, we all understand that Eorzea Galvus may or may not be a war criminal. But what he is definitely is a fashion criminal. With a dumpy. Also, the excessive bulk. I just always picture him like he's trying to do a big dramatic, my friend, my enemy type of entrance, right? And then he gets to the door and he has to, whoa, no. That's the technology. Uh-oh. Oh, I just unplugged it.
Yeah,
We're fine.
I think so. Yeah, we're good.
Ah!
You saw nothing.
Can we
good?
just, like, move this?
Yeah. Go ahead. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Thank you for dealing with the technical difficulties. Okay.
That was spicy.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Anyway,
But
I got
seriously,
so...
those shoulders are
That
about
was-
out here. How are you getting through door frames?
That experience was the experience of him turning around and smacking the water bottle the way he would smack you in the hallway. Yes, you personally.
Mm-hmm.
He is the hallway.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I want to talk about Hancock, and when I say I want to talk, I mean I really, really don't. I really hate this dude. I cannot stand this dude. Fair enough. We do love Final Fantasy XIV, and I said I wouldn't be mean. Actually, that's not true. They said they wouldn't be mean. I am allowed.
I did say that.
Suspect number 11, guilty of weeaboo crimes.
Once again, corporate asks you to spot the difference.
I think it's just the glasses, right? It's only the glasses, and we all know Ken-sama just has them in his pocket. That's all I had to say. He's a weeaboo.
That was it. Now moving on. Listen, hear me out. You can't tell me that piece of fabric is doing anything. Listen, I have never seen a shearer piece of fabric in my life. I don't think it exists in this world, and that's why, as a cosplayer, I'm mad. You want to try to source that? It is also the tiniest of fabrics. Listen, I like my flowy fabrics. If they're going to be sheer, at least make them swooshy. This one just cuts off so short. Okay, but I will give her those toe claws are so cool. I want those on every pair of shoes I own, just the little talons, they're great, but why are they so tall? I own 9-inch heels, and those are taller than that. Those look like they would break my ankle the minute I tried to run into battle.
Okay. I feel like fair enough about the heels, I guess, but I heard some of you enlightened people in the audience saying this is Final Fantasy XII, and you are right, because if you knew anything about the lore, okay, you would understand that Fran is a Viera, which is originally from the Evil Lease Alliance, and in the Evil Lease Alliance, the characters are very complicated and morally gray. They're all also impossibly hot. These games have rich stories. They span centuries. The characters are the stuff of legends, and Final Fantasy XIV says, what if this thing that happened in another game was a play in this game? And we talk about the idea of who crafts the narrative, and what does that mean about reflecting reality? It's incredible.
That sounds amazing.
It's featured in Final Fantasy XII. It's featured in Final Fantasy Tactics. It's featured in Vagrant's story. And the characters are so complicated. They are never clean-cut in their morality, but what they are clean-cut in, the hotness. And also, if you knew absolutely anything about Evil Lease, you would know they can do so much worse.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Like, did Ashley Riot personally end the patriarchy? He did, and he did it right here. Again, clapping. Don't speak on Fran again, thank you.
Fine. I guess we'll just have to move on to our next contestant. Suspect. Hey, this is starting to give me deja vu.
This is a totally different, I don't know what you're talking. Okay, so listen, he didn't dress himself, is the thing. He was dressed by the Chais, who kind of owned him. It's a little weird. But the thing is, okay, he kept it on. He could have said, absolutely not. I am not putting that nonsense on my form. You cannot make me. And they would have gone, oh, I didn't know you felt that way, because they're weird like that, right? He didn't have to do any of that. And also, they're rich. They could afford a stylist. Come on.
Okay, yeah.
Also, he's literally a painter. What is this shoulder armor accomplishing outside making it hard for him to reach anything?
Obviously, it's protecting him from the paint splatter. I mean, pictomancers weren't a thing then.
That's true. But what is the nipple tassel for?
Yeah, I can't defend that one.
It's just the one is the thing. I feel like it should be a set.
Equal opportunity nipple tassels.
And I can't get into the combination boot pant situation.
Well, listen. This is a redemption award! Listen, my husband came out here and really turned that outfit around. We are not shaming this one. This is a wonderful masterpiece.
Improvement is possible. No one is beyond hope. Except Hancock.
And Alphino. So...
Excuse me?
We have to talk about your girlfriend. Come on. I was talking about the heels earlier, but how does she wield a hammer and get off balance in those?
She looks good doing it.
I didn't say she didn't, but can she effectively wield a hammer in them?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have to talk about why is her skirt so short?
I noticed.
Of course you did. And she copied my choker design. Come on. I had it first. I had it 3 times in all 3 different expansion outfits.
No. Show me the puka shells on that image. All right, but also, if you knew absolutely anything about classic Final Fantasy, you would understand that Gaia is designed by Tetsuya Nomura, renowned character designer who created the designs starting in Sprites on 6, and then Final Fantasy VII, the one they keep remaking for some reason, and then Final Fantasy VIII, which is all Eden is about. We are 8 stands in this room. I will not. Thank you. And also, if you knew anything about Tetsuya Nomura, you would know he can do so much worse! Listen, I don't know, with regards to Lulu, I don't know how you didn't gather in the previous slide that I like goth women. Thanks.
Oh, look who's back. Round 4, baby!
I have made 3 of these costumes and I have hated every second. At least he doesn't have a tie in this one.
At least he doesn't have nipple tassels?
That did, improvement award. No. He's moved on from leggings and he's gotten even lazier. These are full-on sweatpants. They are so baggy.
At least they're comfy.
And the saucy little wrist cleavage. This is the most incomprehensible cutouts imaginable.
I'm showing off my wrist cleavage.
It's very saucy.
Very.
But most importantly, I want someone to sit me down and explain the little straps on his toes, the bootstraps. So there is the phrase, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, right? Which implies that you, despite adversity, are getting through it. His entire personality is that he's a rich little shit. What bootstraps?
I'm sorry, that one got me.
Listen, heaven swore it happened, it's okay.
Crystal Brave sure did happen. Signature earring is pretty cute, though. I do like that that's consistent. But I do think it might run in the family.
I wonder where he gets it from. Doesn't make it better.
He's literally in charge. He could change it.
Now we see where Alphino gets his eye for fashion. From the trumpet skirt. And the excessive rings.
I think I wore this exact silhouette to my prom in 2005.
I think one of my cousins wore it to her wedding.
Oof. Oof.
Ew. Also, we see where Alphino got his baby tie from.
Oh my God, that's what it looks like when it grows up.
Yeah. He definitely can't tie it well, though. Listen, Estinian gets armor so right. And then he just gets worse with his casual outfit. This is classic off the rack at H&M. You can't tell me that I can't go into almost any store at the mall and pick up this exact pair of leather pants and a white button down.
Okay, wait. I have a question. What store at the mall do I go into to get a Stinian?
I think GameStop might have a game called Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh. Wait, I heard that one's free.
Up until level 70 with award-winning expansions. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the belly button.
I was looking at the cleavage, it's fine.
Listen, sometimes you just have to show up to someone's room in the middle of the night and jump off a ledge and make sure your belly button's showing. It's the classic way of flirting, right? Now, I said we weren't gonna touch Dawn Trail much, but then this happened, and we had to discuss this. Wait for it! Come on. Who can't tell me that they saw this and didn't think, oh, this character just got its Kingdom Hearts redesign? I know Kingdom Hearts cosplayers. I know that they know how to make those shoes, and I know it is not fun. Also, did you ever play sock and boppers? Because these are danger sock and boppers in the best way. I would so fill them up with pillow fluff and then be sad I couldn't punch people because it has sharp things on it. Makes it sad. But really, a lot of people saw this. I had friends while we were running this with my free company who were like, this is that design? It's so hard to recognize though. Where is that design from?
Well, if you knew anything about classic Final Fantasy, you would know that this is from Final Fantasy XI, and I didn't play it. I didn't play it because I don't like MMOs.
Nope.
That's all.
Don't like them.
Don't like them.
Now you might be asking, we went through a lot of NPCs, but there are a lot of NPCs. So, let's have a speed round. First, in doing the research for this panel, I came across this lovely page on the wiki. This is still her main image on the page. Her bending over in these little lace, I can't even call them shorts at this point.
Well, I mean, in her defense, we didn't invent pants until 2014.
Fair. For those of you who do not recognize this character, that's who it is!
It's the bangs for me.
It's the teenage girl skirt and Uggs combo for me. Now listen, there are a lot of bad Garlean helmets. You can't turn your head in this. You're gonna hit your shoulders every single time.
If you knew anything about Evilise, you'd know they all look stupid.
There are way too many characters in this outfit for having so much happening on that chest and protecting absolutely nothing. Listen, every MMO has a problem.
Low-hanging fruit. There's so much more.
Listen, we have to show at least the worst one, because you know what? I will give Final Fantasy XIV, it doesn't do this often. But this one is so bad.
This man's entire thing is telling you that you're ugly and you need a makeover, sir. Have you ever heard of a mirror?
Talk about bad color palettes. It's the shoes! He stole his shoes and dyed them a worse color.
I think it's just the combination, like, there's nothing wrong with this except the combination pants-boots combo, right?
Exactly, just the pants boots combo.
Just the
and
pants boots
the
combo.
excessive amounts of gold. I don't even want to think about making all of that as a cosplayer. You thought we were talking about the pig head? No, that's fine. So, for those of you who recently went through the plot line of getting your Fantasia potion, you may have met a Lalofell, who still has no fashion sense after going through the Fantasia potion, but we do love a trans icon.
You might not be able to see it very well on this screen, but the side butt cleavage, where you can see a little indent of glutes.
Surrounded by leopard print. So you've heard about how, like, people, their dogs look like them? No, we look like our chocobos here. And let me tell you, we talked about OSHA violations earlier. You can't tell me that the leader of a forge is shirtless. That is so many OSHA violations. But really, Meg, who is the worst dressed in Eorzea?
It's definitely not me.
Who could it be? Drum roll, please.
Sorry, the capris, buddy.
We were on vacation.
The hat and also the sunglasses?
It was really bright out.
Oh my god. The mirrored shades on your man's? Honey.
Okay.
I'm taking the redemption award away. I don't think he deserves it. He can keep it for now.
Yes.
But he's on notice.
Really? It's us? You really think out of everyone in Eorzea?
Absolutely. Who could possibly be worse?
Let me tell you. It's the Warrior of Light. If you have played this game any amount of time, you know that the worst fashion crime in Eorzea is every single Warrior of Light out there. You can't tell me you don't have a cursed glam. We all have a cursed glam,
not
if
me,
not more.
Not me.
I've been on treasure map dungeons with you. I know your cursed glam.
She looks good in it, though, so, like, it's okay.
If you want the treasure dungeons to give you luck, you wear less clothing. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. It's statistically proven. If you're not getting treasures, it's because you're wearing too much pants.
Clearly. But seriously, we love the amount of different outfits that the Warrior of Light can have, and all of the combinations that people put together is just so much fun. I love getting ready to run a raid and seeing everyone's little portraits pop up and be like, I love that outfit. Oh, how'd they do that? Oh, that's so cursed, but I love it.
In seriousness, like, one of the things that really charms me about Final Fantasy XIV is the way it has these little shout-outs and love letters to previous Final Fantasies. And sometimes that's as overt as, yeah, you're just wearing Cloud's clothes. Good for you. But sometimes it's also just the vibe. It's like, wow, that looks like a Final Fantasy guy. Complimentary. Or, wow, that looks like a Final Fantasy guy. Derogatory. But also I love that you can be cyberpunk. You can be just like an outfit you would wear. And I love seeing that reflected in cosplay too. The idea that you can just throw on a cool jacket and some nice boots and you're literally your wool. I love that.
If you went to the Final Fantasy meetup today, you could see the full range of Warriors of Light there. And that is just one thing that I really love. It makes cosplaying from this game so accessible. if I just want to be running around as my Makote, I'll just throw some ears on and there we go. Whatever it is, that could probably happen in game.
Or if there's something wrong with your brain and all you think about is top stitching details, you can do that too.
Oh yeah, you can do that. For reference, the Bard cosplay you saw earlier of mine took about 300 hours. We love this series. And the best thing is, you may have disagreed with us on several of these costumes. You can go buy them in the store and wear them if you want.
Hancock cosplayers, meet me in the pit.
But seriously, thank you so much for coming out. We hope you had a great time. I know we're wrapping up a little early, but
I think that means we have time for questions and comments and vibes.
yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway, I'm Meg. I'm Ascalon's on Instagram, or Ascalon singular on Blue Sky. I talk way too much about Final Fantasy. If you would like to hear me talk more about Final Fantasy, you are in luck, because when I am running the Square Enix meetup tomorrow at 5 p.m., I will be in Throne A from Octopath Traveler. Please look forward to it. Nice. And secondly, I'm running another panel called Materia Girl tomorrow. It is about women in Final Fantasy, both characters and designers and artists, writers who make the series so great. I would love to see you there. It's at 8
great
p.m.
panel
at the Magpie Nest. Anyway, we have time for... Yeah, we got time for questions and comments or whatever you want to do. White Mage, you've had your hand up. Wait, are you Garnet?
Yes, I am.
Cute.
Can we talk about Nero?
Can we talk about Nero?
The thing is, I think a man with as much shoulder cleavage as Sid deserves a man who wears sunglasses all the time and thus isn't seeing it and has to touch it.
Listen, his Garlean armor is not great, but there are so many worse offenders.
His helmet doesn't match his armor.
It doesn't. You're so right. It makes me so angry. I'm just like, baby, I'm sure they pay you enough that you can buy some dyes off the market board.
Oh, also, I know some people are filtering out, but if you would like a fashion leader badge ribbon, feel free to come up. Do you have the extras? Just want to make sure everyone gets their badge
because
ribbon.
I know no one in this room is a fashion criminal, right?
No.
Here, I'll hand some of those out. Thank you. All right, in the purple.
Yes, please, there you go.
Okay. Least favorite, but most popular glams.
Least favorite but most popular glams. Maybe this is just because they don't look really good on my wool, but I don't really like the rebel boots. They look cool on other people, but when I put them on, I'm just like, I just really feel like they need a stiletto heel.
I'll be honest, any of the elephant suit, I mean, it's great, but
if it's good enough for Emmerich, it's good enough for me. Pink hair.
I was surprised you didn't think of myself, because something I didn't notice until trying to make her is that she doesn't have a long blue jacket. She has a short mini jacket and separate blue skirt.
See, this is why cosplayers know the worst fashion crimes, because we have to try to dissect those, and suddenly it's not making sense anymore.
I love her to death, but it's very much, it's very similar. Why is that so many jackets? And what, the puffy white drapey scarf thing, what is that? And then they put it on Jill because they just decided Shiva has to make mistakes. They had to nerf her somehow. Alice.
You spoke on Julia and didn't speak about the butt.
I liked seeing her butt through the window personally, so that's just me.
You would. There are some crimes that we didn't think would fit in this slideshow that we are definitely going to be adding in the future.
Can we put pictures of her butt?
I think the audience would like that.
You ever think about the outfits you're forced to wear for the fashion reports?
Do we ever
I could have
think?
filled that last frame with just those because I put the most minimal effort I can into them. Therefore, they always look the most cursed.
I will never, ever, ever, until I am dead, allow my wool to look bad. So I, at the very least, try to dye them to make a little bit of sense.
I just go up and just do whatever.
Oh, you're so brave. You're so strong. Blue shirt.
What are some of your favorite NPC outfits?
Favorite NPC outfits.
I mean,
No. I actually I really, really love Thancred's Gunbreaker look. I think it is so genuinely
really good.
cool. And I think when you see him in the Shadowbringers opening cutscene situation, and you see the denim-y texture, it's just. Also, the fact that there's some Final Fantasy VIII nods slipped in there.
I think right now 2 of my favorites are the Astrologian. I know it's the job gear, but you are introduced to it on the NPC.
I know who you mean. I'm
Yes.
blanking on her name.
But that Astrologian set is just so pretty and captures the essence of the class so well. I mean,
I
Hence the vibes.
literally started playing 14 because I liked the Astrologian dress. That's it. That's what got me.
and I will say, I know we didn't touch on that much Dawn Trail, but I really like Wook Lamotte's design. I think it's really good, and it tells you so much about her character without even having to, meet her or even hear her speak. You just see that, and you're like, I get the vibes of this character.
What I've been told is it's very much like a shonen protagonist, and I get that vibe, and I really like it. It's fun. PvP champion.
Yeah. The 2B boots.
Listen, they're very useful in glams when you want to have the high boots, but then show a little thigh. I do use them frequently.
For me, it is the fact that it was so long before we had other options for sexy stiletto goth heels. And the thing is, that's not optional for me. So I did what I had to do, but I didn't like it. Thank God for these red mage boots because, where would I be without them?
We suffer through those raids for those glams.
Right in front of the Vieira there. Yeah.
What's your favorite boots or shoes?
It's probably for me these red mage ones, which I believe are from the level 80 set. I use them all the time, and when I realize that I can't use them on my black mage glams, I get miserable, and then I switch over to red mage.
Fat cat slippers. I love the fat cat slippers and the Moogle slippers.
This is so perfectly us because I'm here are the sexy thigh-high boots with the big heels, and
Comfy.
Slap the Jordans on everything.
In the back, pink shirt.
What is the single ugliest, most atrocious Final Fantasy piece of clothing or outfit from a previous game you want to see added?
I'm going to direct this one to you, Meg, our resident historian.
okay, ugliest classic Final Fantasy outfit I would like to see added to 14. Ooh, okay. Because the thing is, I think the classic black mage striped pants situation is pretty bad, but they already did that on the level 50 gear. Ooh, I gotta marinate on this.
I mean, how hard was it to build your Cecil?
That wasn't ugly, and they already put it in. It's the level 90 paladin gear. Thank you. Because he's from the moon, and the Endwalker and the moon and paladins. Thank you.
But could you move in it?
No. Actually, I think my answer is going to be Kane's outfit from Final Fantasy IV: The After Years, because he has the goofiest little scarf thing, because he's been sulking on a mountain for 20 years, and he looks like, if you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, he has the energy of a fantasy version of dad core early movie Peter Parker. That's all I've got for you. Right here.
I'm surprised no mention of Troctoon, the Rukidin who lies about having fought Titan.
I think he meant to do what he did. Do you have further thoughts?
No.
There was someone with a mask right in front of you who was also raising your hand. Behind,
No?
No, okay.
Okay.
My bad.
Green hair?
I have opinions on Crystal Tower Grahatia and the leopard print.
I like that he looks like a weird, scrappy adventurer who went into a Goodwill and was like, what gives the vibe? And then didn't find anything, but kind of imagined that he would. We've all been on those thrift store trips, right? And then he just put it on his body anyway. He really did try.
I was just so upset with him when I met him because I was the cat boy with 2 different colored eyes who was a bard with a bow. What do you mean there's another one?
That's fair. That's
So I was
completely
kind
fair.
of blinded by my jealousy.
Well, one of us is gonna have to change.
Clearly. And then we both
he did. Oh. And it sucked.
How many glams do you have that would work on a Lala?
I think Lollas get to wear whatever they want, so all of them.
Maybe like 3/4.
All right, okay, all right.
To be fair, I think the other quarter doesn't even work on my Makote. They're just fun.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody got you guys to make a cosplay out of anything in 14, what set would scare you?
What set would scare us the most to be made to cosplay? Ooh.
I think so. I specialize in more sewing and especially hand beading, embroidery, that sort of thing. So I think probably one of the paladin armors because it is intricate armor, it's big armor, it's a shield, and it's a sword. And I'm just not good at moving around in armor.
Armor builds are scary, and for some reason I always imagine that it's going to be fine for me, and then it isn't, but I tell myself I'm doing okay. There's a lot of denial in there, and you just have to let me get through it. It'll happen eventually. In terms of like glamour sets, because my immediate thought was NPCs, like the judge helmets and all the different contours on them put the fear of God in me, but that's not a glamour set, so it doesn't feel true to the question.
It is though. You get it from
I think that's
Oh, that's true. That is true.
all the judge sets are in.
Oh yeah, that is true. Then yeah, I think that would be it for me because I think if you just had like a blocky like cylindrical thing, it wouldn't look right. You've got to get like the weird like eye contours and stuff. Yeah, that would probably be my number one answer.
I will say emotionally the hardest would be the summoner horn.
Ooh.
That's so fair.
Thank you. Pink glove?
Oh.
He was on the short list. He just missed making this because we thought we had too much Realm Reborn on it. I'll be honest.
If you knew anything about classic,
Pop off, Meg. No, but it is atrocious.
he looked bad in Final Fantasy III too.
He will probably make an appearance on the sequel of this panel.
Please look forward to it. Over here.
The square needs to add more pants that make the butt bigger, just to end the scourge of plate mail top, plate mail shoes, leotard ass.
Absolutely. We deserve cake.
Or obviously just cover it in the biggest dump truck skirt. Just look at Xenos. You just
Put
need
it
to
in the
add a
cash
skirt.
shop. Put it in the cash shop.
Is that why Thancred has a butt skirt? To make his butt look bigger?
To hide the clapping.
Of course.
Yes.
What would be a reasonable request for more than 20 glamour points?
I need one for every class. Every single job has its own glamour, and I can't do that right now. I need one for every single job at the minimum. Come on.
Who gets the AF armor as job unlocked in their cash shop? and we don't.
Ridiculous. I really like.
Wear the goldsmith clothes.
Truly.
I would pay real money for more glamour slots.
Honestly.
I would.
Like the fact that the Glamour Dresser expansion was huge, that was transformative for me. I was on hiatus on the game and then suddenly I was obsessed again. I wonder why. But how are we doing on time?
Right here?
Did you play in the battle days when you unlocked glamours at 50?
No, I started playing earlier. So I started playing in 2019. So I did unlock them before I unlocked anything else. It was my friend who got me into the game, the first time we could actually play together, the first time I was allowed to leave my city state. She logged on and she walked me directly to the man who would get me dress-up game.
No, but I do remember pulling people into the game and then being like, so when do I get to make the pretty things? It's like, so here's your motivation to get through Realm Reborn.
I think my most unhinged did it for the glam story personally, which nobody's asked, but it did make me think of. And might be a good way to close out because we're like
Perfect,
yeah. My most unhinged did it for the glam story as I was wandering around and I see somebody with like the sexiest looking goth armor I've ever seen in my whole life. And I'm a black mage main at the time with a dash of astrologen. And I'm like, what is that? It is the armor that you get from running AlphaScape. Specifically the tank armor. And I had 0 levels in any tank. And I had only played casters. So every day after grad school, before Omega was easy, I larboarded and I starboarded.
I'll bring Omega to your photo shoot tomorrow.
Thank you for bringing Omega. I love him.
So this is not my story. And I will keep this spoiler free, don't worry. But one of my free company members was running through Dawn Trail. And about every 1 to 3 levels, you all know when those happen if you have played it, had to completely stop, level up a different class to get the perfect lamb for each of those areas. Because the vibes, very different, and you have to be on theme.
I did that, like, every time I was in the story, my wool was wearing what she would be wearing at that moment in the story. So they had to, like, she had to be weather appropriate. I ran Tower of Zot over and over because I wanted her to be in the little Garlean winter jacket, all of that stuff. So I'm really into it. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you. If you haven't gotten your badge ribbons, we will be outside of the room. Feel free to come up and grab a badge ribbon and come chat with us.
And please, if you enjoyed the panel, please rate us on Guidebook. It does really help us. I love paneling. This is my first time paneling at MAGFest, so I'm really happy to be here.
And catch Materia Girl tomorrow.